Hey you guys, it's Amelia here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Today's video is about starting the young dressage horse, and I'm with my brother Joseph. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, it's awesome. Like seriously, it's way better than mine. Check him out, the link below. So today he's starting a young horse. I think he has just 4 rides on this colt. It's a really nice horse. But first, so part 1, which is this video, is going to be the groundwork that he does before getting on, and then part 2 is going to be what he does once he gets on. So starting a young horse can be really challenging and also very fun. You have to make sure that you take the right steps to make everything go as smoothly as possible and that the horse gets confidence and has a good experience. So also, let me show you something. So I got this awesome package. You guys, like my viewers, you guys are the best. I love your comments. I love to hear how it's going with your horses and everything. And so I got a package, Amazon, very exciting. So let's see what's inside. So this package is from Bettina. Hi Amelia, I love what you and Joseph are doing. I saw your video about riders' fitness. In Germany, we have a luminary professor for all questions about rider seats. Hope you enjoy it. Sincerely, Bettina. So that is so nice. Thank you so much, Bettina. It really means a lot. Hopefully I'll learn something from this book. Let's open it up. So thank you, Bettina. This is awesome. Rider plus horse equals 1. What a great title. I will read it for sure and let you know what I come up with. Thank you.
Hey guys, so this is Blue. Am I on your channel now?
I don't know what channel are you on.
On your channel.
Okay.
So this is Blue. He's a first of all 3-year-old, and I just have 3 rides, just 3 rides under saddle, and they've gone really well. But today I was going to talk to you guys about some things I do on the ground to prep a horse to be ridden under saddle, especially when they're really green. And so one of the biggest tools that I use is a flag like this. And I want to just test a few things and see what the reactions are like from the flag to make sure that I can see how they'll react if they get scared or if they see something up above them. Because what's new for the young horses is they're used to seeing you on the ground here. They're not used to seeing you here. And so this is just an extension of my hand, but I can use it to see if I can expose them to some different things. I can touch them in different places, and I can see if they're visually okay with seeing something up above them. But that's not the only thing that I test with the flag. In some ways, what's more important than that is the responses to the aids. So the aids is a very broad category, but I think of an aid as a question and then getting a response to them. So if a question is here, can you move sideways? Then that's the response to that aid. And with the groundwork, I'm trying to see if I can create a crossover to when I'm under saddle. So there's a few ways to do that. Like I just did with the flag, using it where my leg goes. I can say, this is where my leg will be when I'm on you. Can you move a little bit sideways to that? That reaction where I get control over the inside hind leg and bend through the body. Not falling in on me here. There he falls in a little bit. I want to see him yield a little bit away. Yield a little bit away, like that. Yield a little bit away. Good boy. Okay, so he's reacting to that, bending. The other thing that I want to see is when we're on the ground with him, we take on the lead rope here, but we don't usually take on the lead rope at an angle like we would if we're under saddle. So I want to see if I take on this lead rope at this angle, like I would have it under saddle, can I still get the horse to bend and give to the rein? So I connect that lunge line to the direct rein and then see if I can teach him to bend a little bit. Let me show you again. So my hand positioning will mimic the same angle as I am under saddle. So I'll say, if my rein comes here like it will be when I'm under saddle, are you still understanding that rein aid and able to bend your neck and respond to that pressure on the bit? Good boy. And I always check in, rub them everywhere, touch them lots of places, see if I can find any spots where they're unsure. Try to get those spots better. Go ahead and tighten my girth. I try on the young horses and on all of the horses to try to tighten my girth gradually. So loosen the cross ties, walk out of the cross ties, tighten at one hole, walk to the round pin, tighten at another hole. That's usually the best way. Okay, so the next thing is I want to really make sure that I can move the feet because what happens when the horse's feet get stuck is if they're scared and their feet are stuck, that's where they'll blow up and buck with you. So I want to check that I have true freedom of the feet and I can move the feet when I want to. So I'll check in here and say, okay, can we go to the trot? Use my voice a little bit. Good. And eventually I want to check in and make sure that I can move the feet a little bit quicker than that. If there's a moment he has to move quickly, that he's okay doing that. But first I'll go to the canter, see how he is in the canter. Good boy. Good, back to trot, cantering again. Good boy. Back to canter. I try to be very observant here of anything, if he's tight in the body, if there's any stuck spots, watching his expression, trying to get as much information from him as I can. But I always want to make sure that they can move their feet, be really truly loose in the body. I'll do that same thing the other direction. And here I'll go to trot then, go to canter. And you see a little bit there. He holds his breath a little bit. He goes, huh, and he kind of squirts off a little bit. So I want to make sure that that spot is out of there before I get on him. And that if I hurry him, what is that reaction going to be like? Why I test this spot, and I really want to make sure about this spot, is because eventually he may get scared with me on him, and if he gets tight, it's more likelihood that he'll buck with me. So I want to say, if you go cantering, there he gets a little tight, there he maybe kicks at his boot or something, but I want to make sure that that spot is out of there before I get on him, because that may not be a place where I'm able to handle it. Just redo that transition a few times where you go trot and then canter and then trot and then canter. Good boy. That eventually that can get less explosive where he doesn't feel like he has to squirt off. Cantering again. Good boy. Back to trot. Won't let him face up to me that time. Good. And cantering again. The other thing that I would recommend with starting the horses is you think you want it to be a very successful experience. So you can kind of put it at the end of the horse's workout, if you think about it. That the horse should, the majority of the day's work should be done on the ground, and just the last little bit he should be ridden with a positive experience, and then you should get off. You shouldn't feel like you have to get on him too early and risk having a bad experience. If you have a bad experience with the young horse and they're fresh and you get on too early and you get bucked off, it really sets you back. So I think the majority of my work here on the lunge line, getting him loose, getting his feet moving, and that last little bit of the day, riding him. Brrr. Good boy. Good boy. Brrr.